Hello, fans, and welcome to the first edition of the 2025-2026 Towson Women's Basketball Show. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum, as always, joined by the head coach, Laura Harper. Coach, we're off and running.
We are. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So let's start. Obviously, open up the season down in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech. A tough one down there for the Tigers. Kept it close early on, but then you get to return home to the comfy confines of CQ Arena and open up against Frostburg, defeat the Bobcats 100-37. Looking at them first, Talia Shepard. I think everyone was hearing about Zoli Khalil and Tilda Shukvist, and Talia Shepard's like, I can also play basketball pretty well, and 20 points for her, 6 steals, a career high, and I think that was the most impressive part of Talia's game was not just the athleticism, but the IQ to jump those passes, get into the passing lane, and take them the other way and score.
Of course, Talia's tenacious, and she brings a scorer's mentality, being, Mary Mack's former leading scorer, but people don't realize defensively that's a big part of her game, so it's just fun that we were able to connect on multiple different cylinders that night.
Taking just another quick look at the Frostburg game, Zoli Khalil and Kayla Morris each with 14 points in that game. We'll talk about Zoli a little bit more in a minute, but Kayla looked good offensively, 6 of 8 shooting. We saw what she can be, and obviously playing a Frostburg team, not to downplay Frostburg, but that looked like a more complete Kayla Morris that night.
Of course. I mean, first and foremost, I have the utmost respect for Frostburg and the quality of basketball that they consistently produce. So, I think the score doesn't necessarily reflect their talent. So it was really good to see Kayla score in different ways, from the outside, inside, to rebound at such a high level. Really encouraged with her game.
Yeah, and then let's fast forward to Stetson, a tough Stetson team coming in, 76-54. They had just beat Morgan a couple nights prior. Zoli Khalil, let's talk about her. We've finally got a great look at her up close and personal. However, we had to wait kind of until the second half. She gets in foul trouble early, has to sit, then comes off the bench, 20 points, 8 of 18 shooting, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. I mean, she's a gamer. She just came off the bench. You thought maybe she might be a little cold. She just filled up the bucket.
Yeah, we've been watching it day in and day out, and that's just who Zoli Khalil is. Personally, I have so much confidence in her and recruiting her initially right out of high school. She's a scorer. She can score on 3 levels. She can defend the other team's best player. And just to see her come in, dagger on that first possession, I said, let's just keep running plays to her until she gets tired.
I'm sitting there, we're watching her, and I didn't bring it up on the broadcast, but you think of somebody like a Kylie Cornegay-Lucas who can just, whenever she's ready to go, she's ready to go. And it felt like that. Is that the kind of mindset Zoli has, is I'm in, it's game time, I don't need to warm up, I can just go in, give me the ball right away?
I think the way that Zoli prepares, she shoots with Eric every single day at 9:30 in the morning. She has a pregame routine every single game. Before 90 minutes out, she has a routine before shooting around, and I think the consistency of her habits are just showing and showcasing on the floor.
So Zoli finishes with those 20 points, and then you pair that with Tilda Shukvist, who your point guard, 8 assists, but also 16 points, and she can knock down a 3 from time to time as well, as she proved these last few games. Talk to me about Tilda and what she does, not just from scoring the ball, but also facilitating for everybody else.
For sure. I've been admiring Tilly's game for a while now, and I think her confidence, what she can do, creating, her aggression opens everything up. I think the most impressive stat were 8 assists and 1 turnover. I think that line in itself now put her scoring into it, because she looks for herself probably last on the team. So it's just fun to see that she can shoot the ball as well.
Yeah, you mentioned her taking care of the ball. Both her and Zoli each only with 1 turnover. The team as a total just 10 turnovers, and I know you had to love that.
Yeah.
And Stetson's a good defensive team. They usually take very good care of the ball. You force them into uncomfortable situations, but Towson's ability to take care of the ball, move the ball around, and get good shots, I mean, that was really what did Stetson in that night.
Of course, we take a lot of pride in our transition offense, and, we're looking to run, we're looking to get good to great shots, and we trust everyone with the ball to make decisions. So I think with having just a multifaceted approach and weapons, it makes it hard to guard us sometimes when we're clicking on those cylinders.
And before we look on, obviously a big story of that game last night was defensively. In that third quarter, 36-13, not also were you filling the ball up, but you were getting a lot of stops. Cameron Thomas came in averaging 20 points a game, held her to 7. It was a team defensive mindset, it felt like, and the defense was leading to the offense.
Of course, they came in averaging 11 made threes a game. We knew what kind of player Cam is. So much respect for just the way she scores the ball. So, we knew that we really had to take away her and McMillan in number 5, and our team really bought into just the defensive game plan.
All right, so Frostburg and Stetson in the books, and now we look forward to Thursday night against the University of Maryland, whose sources say good at basketball this year, ranked highly, and they're 3-0, taking on Loyola, UMBC, and Georgetown. They've got a 3-headed scoring monster here early on. When you look at the Terps, obviously it's not dissimilar to what going up against Virginia Tech. How do you prepare for a good team like Maryland?
I mean, one, it's the mental preparation of having confidence, knowing that you belong and knowing that, we both lace our sneakers up the same way, but ultimately you have to pick an approach the way that they rebound the ball. We have to secure rebounds the way that they run in transition. I think it's just they score so much off of their Mad Dog press in transition and just making open shots. So I think we just have to decide what we're going to try to stop first and get our team ready to play.
Now, it's no secret you played for Brenda Frese. How much does that help you in preparing to play a Brenda Frese team, that you kind of know what she might be looking to do and what she's going to run?
It doesn't, because she has these players that just can light up a stat sheet. I mean, ultimately, I know what she's about. I know she likes to score the ball. I know the caliber of players and the types of players that she likes to recruit. But, she's got a lot more international sensation this year. And just to credit a lot of the newcomers for making immediate impacts.
All right, and then you return home on Sunday to take on your former team, the Coppin State Eagles, and that'll be 2 o'clock on Monumental Sports Network. And they have a Division I most newcomers, 14 newcomers for Coppin State. How does that has to make it difficult? Obviously, they have a couple games under their belt, but when you try to go back and scout this team, you maybe have to look at tape from all over the place to try to figure out what these players are capable of.
That's a stat I was not aware of. I know that they're in every game. I know that they're extremely tough. I really, really respect their head coach. So it's going to be a battle. They're in every single game that they play.
All right, the Tigers and Coppin State will hit the court here inside CQ Arena at 2 o'clock. That game will also be available on the Monumental Sports Network as well as Flow Sports. It's also Dollar Beers Night here at CQ Arena, so we hope to see you out here and drinking responsibly, some Doc's Hops, and supporting Towson Athletics. Coach, thanks for joining us. Good luck at Maryland, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you so much.
For the head coach, Laura Harper, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.